Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I actually got an email from a subscriber requesting me to make some dips using some vegetarian friendly ingredients. Now vegetarianism has been an increasing trend over the years with people becoming more healthy, and these dips will definitely fall into that category. Hi, I'm Ramon and I'm the chef in the back pocket. So we decided to pop over Google and look at what vegetarianism is. Now, Oxford Dictionary has actually defined it as the practice of not eating fish or meat, especially for moral, religious, or health reasons. They claim this will save the world from hunger. Now guys, tell me what you feel about that in the comments, please. So to be honest, vegetarian culture has become more common with restaurants incorporating more vegan and vegetarian friendly dishes, so they might be onto something. And with that, one of the more commonly found vegetarian is lacto-ovo, which eat eggs and dairy products. We'll be focusing on vegan and vegetarian dips today, so let's get into it. Our stars for today's episode will be avocado, low-fat yogurt, cauliflower, and chickpeas. And the first recipe will be herbed avocado aioli. We start this recipe with 3 cups of ripe avocado, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 1.5 tablespoons of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro and 1 tablespoon of fresh parsley, 4 tablespoons of green onion, 2 tablespoons of chopped basil, 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. We peeled our avocado and placed all the ingredients into a food processor and began to blend it till it's a smooth consistency. Now 3 fun facts about avocado is that 1, it's actually a fruit and not a vegetable. 2, it contains a lot of fat, but good fat like oleic acid. And 3, it's nutrient dense, especially with antioxidants, which can help relieve stress. For a more chunky dip, you run it for less in the food processor, but I like a little bit smoother, so I got it something like this. Now avocado tends to turn brown due to a process called oxidation, so it's very important to use an acid such as lime juice to help prevent this, as well as cover the dip with plastic wrap directly on the surface and using an airtight container with least amount of airspace left back inside. Cool cucumber tzatziki is up next. We start this recipe with 4.5 cups of low-fat yogurt, 3 cups of cucumber, 4 tablespoons of fresh mint, 2 tablespoons of fresh dill, 4 teaspoons of fresh minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 1/8 cup of virgin olive oil, 1/8 cup of fresh lime juice, 1 teaspoon salt and 1/2 teaspoon black pepper. So we've peeled the skin of the cucumbers and just like before placed it into a food processor or a personal blender and blended it till it's a smooth consistency. So here's a fun fact. The term cool as a cucumber comes from cucumber's ability to lower the blood and body temperature. After blending at high speed, we've reached our desired consistency. Our third in the lineup is roasted cauliflower and cranberry dip. So we start with 7 cups of cauliflower, 3/4 cup of virgin olive oil, 1 teaspoon dried dill, 1/4 teaspoon cayenne, 1/2 teaspoon paprika, 1/2 teaspoon cumin, 1 teaspoon salt, and 1/2 teaspoon ginger. 1 tablespoon each parsley and chopped basil, 2.5 teaspoon fresh minced garlic, 3 cups quartered onion, 1/2 cup celery, 1/3 cup pistachio nuts, 1.5 tablespoon lime juice, and lastly 3/4 cup dried cranberries. Now we clean up our cauliflower by removing the outer leaves and cutting them into small florets. To this we'll add our quartered onions and celery, our dried dill, half the olive oil, and our dried seasoning. We thoroughly incorporate all our ingredients into a bowl and then pour it into a baking sheet and bake at 375 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes or until the cauliflower is nice and tender. Please note that halfway during the cooking time, you turn over each piece of cauliflower, allowing it to bake on the other side. After 20 minutes, you'll be left with a nice roasted cauliflower platter. Like the recipes before, you place all the remaining ingredients into a food processor or a personal blender and you blend until it's very smooth. Now, cauliflower is actually high in fiber and is easily a great substitute for rice. Cauliflower is actually a little bland in flavor, so I'm pretty sure that 90% of your guests, if they were blind tasting this, they wouldn't know what it is. After 5 minutes of blending, you're left with a textural dip from the pistachios, the cranberry, to the roasting of the cauliflower. Our final dip will be curried chickpea hummus. We've got 3.5 cups of cooked chickpeas, 1 cup of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of cumin and 1.5 teaspoons of curry powder, 1/4 cup of tahini, 1.5 tablespoons of fresh minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme leaves, 3 tablespoons of freshly cut scallion, and 1/4 cup of fresh lime juice. In a saute pan over medium heat, we add about half our olive oil and begin to saute our chickpeas. We then add our dried spices, which is our cumin and our curry powder, and allow that to develop some flavor. We then add our fresh thyme leaves, followed by the green onions, and the entire cooking process should take no longer than 4 to 5 minutes over medium heat. We then place the sauteed chickpeas along with the remaining ingredients and 1.5 teaspoons of salt into a food processor or personal blender and blend until smooth. Some fun facts about chickpeas: 1. It's rich in fiber and antioxidants and can help lower bad cholesterol, and 2. Chickpeas can be used as a decaffeinated coffee substitute under the right circumstances. After 3 to 4 minutes on high blending, you'll be left with a creamy and smooth dip that's full with nutrients and packed with flavor. These dips can be made 2 days in advance and is good up to 3 to 4 days in the refrigerator. Now, these dips can be used on a party platter or anywhere that's really applicable, like on a flatbread, like with avocado spread, caramelized onions, tomato, and arugula. Recipes as usual can be found in the description, and if you like the contents of this video, please subscribe and share and let me know your feedback in the comments. Thanks, and I'll see you next time on Chef in the Back Pocket.